Welcome back to Switch to Linux. Well, today we're going to have a look at Bodhi Linux 5. This was just released. Of course, we looked at the release candidate, the beta release candidate, a little over a month ago. And so this is the final release. And I'm not sure there's going to be a lot specifically that we're going to go ahead and dive into. So what we're going to do is first walk through the installer, and while that's installing, we're going to go ahead and look at their website and download options. Then we're going to come back and do a quick look at the desktop. So without further ado, what I'm going to do is go ahead and boot this guy up so that we can see what's going on. So here we have a live legacy boot system. Let's see, there's a mem test, there's check, there's boot the hard disk. Let's just go ahead and go into the live boot system. So we're doing the legacy one here. All right. So of course it's going to launch us out into a live desktop environment where we will have the ability to put in to install it to the disk. So that's actually what we're going to do. So of course we're doing this on a virtual box, and it is going to give us a very good real world application. I know a lot of people whine about it when you do distro reviews on a virtual box. Get over it. A virtual box, unless you have a super low-end computer, does just as good of a job of loading up a distro. Swallow hard, most of the world is run on virtualized systems. That's exactly how web servers are built. But let's see if this goes ahead and loads some things up. So we are, of course, running the Moksha desktop, which is based on Enlightenment. And here we have a quick start guide shown up here. Just want to see, there's a system updater, file manager, app center. I want to see if I can find the installer in here somewhere. There you go. I wish they put it on the desktop or somewhere easier to find. So you had to dig into the system to find the installer. So that's, to me, is something that it's going to be a little bit more difficult for some beginning users to recognize where it's at. But we're going to go ahead and load that guy up. So here's your basic installer. I think this should be the Ubiquity installer based on Ubuntu, being that the entire system is based on Ubuntu. So here we can download updates while installing it. We can install third-party graphics software. So that's fine. We're going to go ahead and install all that stuff, so everything should work out of the box for us. We can install Bodhi alongside the existing operating system. I'm just going to go ahead and erase the disk and install it. Yeah, this is the Ubiquity installer. So we have the ability to install alongside. That's why if you do want to dual boot with something like Windows and any type of Ubuntu-derived distro makes a lot of sense, because this installing alongside generally does not present any issues. You also have the ability to erase. You can encrypt the entire thing. You can use logical volume management, or you can do something else, in which case you're going to have to configure your own disks and things like that. We're just going to go ahead and erase the disk and install Bodhi. So we'll hit the Install Now option. And then it's going to warn us at this point in time it's going to make formatting on the disk. So we'll go ahead and click Next, select our location. And then we're just going to go ahead and use Bodhi for everything across the board. We can require the password to log in or log in automatically. I'm just going to go ahead and log in automatically. There's no reason I need to drop to the login screen at this point in time. So now it's going to be copying our files. So with that, copying the files, let's go ahead and have a look at their main website. All right, so their website is at bodhilinux.com. Again, this is the 5.0 release, and one of the things that they will tell you about this, if you check out the actual release blog post, they'll tell you if you are looking for a lengthy changelog between 4.5 and 5.0, you will not find one. We have been happy with what Moksha Desktop has provided for some time now. This new major release simply serves to bring a modern look and updated core, which is the Ubuntu 18.04 core, to the lightning fast desktop operation. Now you have 3 different options for downloading. The standard release is a minimal install, so this just comes with the bare minimum it takes to run the thing and maybe some utilities. This is the one we're installing, so we'll have a look. The legacy is for your 32-bit operating system, so you have that ability in there as well. And the app pack release is this is the one that we probably call more of the full install. It has a lot of different options. We'll pull up this page here and see what all is in that. And so they do tell us that there is no upgrade path between the previous versions. So if you do want Bodhi 5 and you are already running Bodhi 4.5, then you are going to have to wipe and reinstall. However, Bodhi 4.5 is still supported through April of 2001. So there's no real reason to upgrade right now if you do not have to. As far as their distros, this is a standard desktop, which is by default a minimal system. The legacy is for 32-bit release, has an older kernel, 3.2, and the app pack has extra applications installed. They have the terminology, Midori, Pac-Man, some I'm not sure, ePad, ePhoto. I'm guessing these maybe came from the Enlightenment desktop. I don't know the E ones. I'm not familiar with those ones. Swami System Panel. We have, I think they also have LibreOffice, Chromium, VLC. I think you have the option of different software to install as well. So there's OpenShot, FileZilla, HexChat, Synaptic, printer support, and Samba support. So we'll go ahead and check Samba support here when we are doing this. So that is really what Bodhi's about. As far as their website, for people like, really, what is the difference? Is this just Ubuntu with a different desktop environment? To the best of my knowledge, it is. I'm not, and if you guys know my channel, I'm not an under the hood kind of guy. I'm more of a practical, a hands-on, let's see what this does in the real world environment. So I don't know quite as much about what is the radical difference other than the fact that they have their custom desktop. So could you call this an Ubuntu flavor? Maybe. I just don't know. I looked for it. I looked for the information for a good hour. But as far as everything else is concerned, it is a very lightweight Ubuntu-based system. It does run the Moksha desktop, which is based on Enlightenment, which is something that has attracted me to it before. It is a very nice, very light desktop environment, and that really is one of the things I like about it. So it is done installing already, so we're going to go ahead and restart now, and as any Ubuntu-based distros, it should tell us here in a moment to hit the Enter key to, that's going to kick out the installation media, and then we should be able to restart the system installed directly from the disk. Okay, so here we are updating. I really do like the art. I've not looked at this yet, just a note. I really like the original loading screen artwork. That is actually pretty snazzy looking. Okay, so we have it installed. One of the things I noticed right off the top is it does not give us the direct, like the absolute full screen. Oh, it is larger than most of the other ones. So we have a quick start guide that automatically launches. So we have information on connecting to the internet. So we should already be connected, which we are, which is good. So we don't need to worry about that. How to install software. So make sure we're connected to the internet, and then there is the software updater. So you can actually see the system updater down there and the app center down here in the in the taskbar. So let's go ahead and look at the system updater first to enter our password. Really? Incorrect password. Must have inverted the D and the H. I sometimes do that typing Bodhi. All right, so here we have the ability. You kind of see this is this is one of the things I really like about this particular desktop. It's kind of snazzy. It's got a lot of that little snazzy type stuff. Let's see. There's the select all option. There's the that's the refresh, not the apply. That button is very much like the apply on many other systems. There we are. Now we're going to be applying it. It's going to kind of open up a little terminal window for us. This is normal for anything based on enlightenment. So it's going to kind of do its thing. So let's go ahead and, we're going to see this. So let's just go ahead and keep the local one. All right, well, that's doing its thing. Let's go ahead and have a look at what software is installed. Again, this is the minimal install. There is a minimal install, and there is the app version. This is the minimal one. So as far as accessories, we have ePad, AR and R, network connections, graphics. We have ePhoto. We have Midori for our web browser. We have Pulse Audio volume control. We have the App Center, File Manager, GDEB package installer, system settings, system updater, and terminology. So extremely, extremely light. That is certainly, I would say that's probably a good advantage of the system, is how light this actually is. All right, so not sure we'll be able to launch the app. Let's see. Uh-oh, this is not the page we're looking for. Not sure why it's trying to load up a page. It may not actually allow us to load that until this is done. We're going to try that one more time, though. It looked like it was trying to do something. There it is. It's loading a web page, though. That seems to be a little odd to me. It will probably give me an error if I attempt to install something while updates are running, so I'm not going to try and do that yet. So, okay. See, I probably should not have ran the updates on the quick look. All right, well, this is running. Let's see. Let's give it a try. I need an application on here. I want to have a look at what the system speed is. Let's give it a try. Sudo apt install htop. It's probably going to foul up. No, maybe it's not. Usually you couldn't install one thing while something else was running. All right, so here we are. So we are running the updater right now. We have a few different things open. Web browser's open. We are still only running 383 megabytes of RAM. That is impressive. This is indeed very, very truly a lightweight distro. I mean, we got stuff going here, and it's like, yeah, we're not using nothing. And that's kind of an advantage of this. Let's go ahead and get out of that one. All right, so as far as our settings is concerned, let's have a look at our screen. What I was looking for is if we can increase the size of our window here, but I'm not really seeing that. I'm sure it's here somewhere. I just don't know exactly where it is. We'll go ahead and expand this out so you can see it a little bit better, I hope. There we are. All right. So here we are. This is the part there that this one starts to become maybe a little bit complicated for some people. In that it can actually have a feel that's very much like KDE. There are just so many options. So I don't know, that's kind of up to you. So there's installing applications there. Let's see what this guy happens to be. I'm not familiar with that particular one. There's various extensions. Other settings, here's the launcher, input files. Okay, desktop environment. Let's see what's in desktop environments. Okay, default applications. Okay, there's a startup splash screen. We have a couple different options for splash screens. I think this one's probably one of the older ones. This is the newer one. I kind of like the older one, so let's go ahead and apply that. Wallpaper, that's the one we have. We're just going to go ahead and keep that wallpaper. It's pretty nice. Application themes. These ones here, I think you have to apply to see what they look like. But even that, I don't know. I don't know. Oh, that's GTK applications. Okay, this is going to be your main system theme over here. So this is one we're running. This one's kind of the older style. I do like this newer style. This is a very nice theme. It's one of the things I always liked about Enlightenment is just a lot of more fascinating themes and things. So here we can do some fine tuning of it. So let's go ahead and keep that one the way it is. Here's our colors. Fonts, borders, transitions. Are you still updating? I really have to stop running updates during quick looks because it's just like, just takes too long. All right, I'm done. I'm done with updates. Goodbye. Goodbye. All right. Okay, so here's your Windows menu setting. Oop, wrong button. Menu settings. So your menu settings over here, if you go anywhere on the desktop on this and right click, not left click, or excuse me, left click, not right click, but left click, you can pull up your whole application menu here, your places. Here's a quick launcher. Take a screenshot, get information about the operating system. Here's your various settings and your system, so you can power off right from there. That's one of the cool things about the system. So you can actually toggle on or toggle off different things. So we can put generic names or the application names. So you can see now that does EPAD and then tells you what it is. So let's just do the generic name now. Apply that. So you'll see what that should do is that'll just tell me it's a text editor. And of course the name over here, just apply that. Just gives us what the title of it is. So that's what those menu applications do. All right, so that is there. Let's go ahead and have a look at that's the quick start guide. We'll back up on that real quick. All right, so let's go ahead and install this guy. It's weird to me that the installer goes to a website in order to access some of this. That to me is a little bit weird, but okay, it is what it is, I guess. It does demonstrate itself though that it is very very lightweight. That's exactly what it should be. Since I interrupted the updates, that might give me an error. I might have to go in there and fix that. I don't know. I think the installing the apps on this is kind of a little weird. Oh, it's doing something now. Okay. Here's some basics on the desktop, if you're not familiar with that. Of course, I did in my other videos how you make adjustments on this. How you make adjustments to your panels and things. I already covered some of that, so let's pull this back up. Yeah, it's like you got to keep refreshing the page in order to do that. Go back in the terminology. Definitely need a better package installer. Okay. I'm not keen on the whole loading it up and then it's erroring out and then it's going to have to refresh it and then it's loading everything from a web page, which seems to me a little bit more on the clunky side. So we just installed Synaptic Package Manager. Really? And it is taking, just after a password error, it's just taking way too long. It's like it's trying to be too cute with things. It's like, fine, I got a wrong password. Let me click and close out and do it again, you know? So now here, let's just go with... okay, let's do... let's just search. Okay, so here's your Firefox. You can mark that for installation. Sure, and then if you want, how about LibreOffice? Not sure where I'm getting all that kind of stuff. LibreOffice Base, so... verifying that this is going to install everything I need. Should do LibreOffice script, writer. So yep, that's going to mark everything that I might need. Now we're going to apply updates. It's going to install now Firefox and the LibreOffice suite. So definitely I would probably go with the Synaptic Package Manager if I wanted to go ahead and run this. I'm not big and keen on their web browser based application for installing software. Everything else seems pretty smooth. They're definitely right about being super lightweight. You know, with everything that was running, it was, you know, we had quite a bit of stuff there. Once this is done, we're going to go ahead and check HTOP again. In fact, let's just go ahead and check it now. Come on, I think the desktop keeps crashing, so it's crashing a couple times. So that's a little goofy. There's HTOP, so now we're at 472. We're going to get rid of this browser here. I just want to, after it's done installing stuff. Thank you. Go away now. I'm definitely getting some freezing, some issues on this, and so that's kind of problematic. So Synaptic Package Manager seems to have kind of crashed out on me. Okay, there it goes. All right, so now we're down to 241 megabytes of memory being used if you're running this with nothing else running. So they are definitely right about it being super lightweight. That is awesome. Loving that. That kind of in a nutshell is Bodhi. So with that being said, let's just go ahead and wrap up here. Who is Bodhi for? Well, I think that Bodhi is for probably more of an advanced user who wants to get a different flavor of desktop environment, or maybe somebody who's comfortable enough with Linux or comfortable enough with learning new things and needs to install this on a super lightweight machine, I could probably see myself running my writing computer on this. I think that that would actually be a pretty cool thing to try out. It obviously is very super lightweight. It is based on the Ubuntu 18.04 package base, so it's going to be good. It's going to it may have a few of the issues that I had noted with Ubuntu 18, but I think even most of those are getting hammered out at this point in time, so I'm not sure there's really any issues left. It's a nice distro. I like the way it looks. I like the way it feels. It does take a little bit more getting used to it. I still don't know exactly how to increase that screen resolution to the right size, but we'll figure that out at a later time. Let me know what you guys think about Bodhi in the description down below. And before you go, don't forget you can help support me over here at Patreon, patreon.com/TomM, that's TOMM. Also, related to Patreon, you can also support me directly at thinklifemedia.com. And if you have an account on Patreon, you can actually request your login to thinklifemedia.com. It has downloads and things related to all of my different channels. You can also help support us by checking out our Switch to Linux shop, where you can get t-shirts, coffee cups, mouse pads, and other things like that. And for everything else, you can check out switchedtolinux.com/support for all the ways you can help support the channel. So thank you for watching, and I hope that you enjoy switching to Linux.